Okay. Namaste to whoever comes across this video. I just felt like recording tonight. Um, I uh I know when I come on here, I be looking rough. I've said this in my other videos, and I'm completely okay with that because I embrace every part of me and I love every part of me. Um, but don't get it twisted. Like I clean up well, right? But it's now about when I choose to clean up. So before I got on this video, I was thinking about what did I want to talk about, and in mentioning my appearance, I know that there will be people who view my videos, who kind of maybe look at me like, where does she get this knowledge? Who does she think she is? Okay, look at this. Yeshua, we talk about the Bible. They did the same thing to Yeshua. When Yeshua showed up, it was like, I am, and ran that down who he was, right? And he aggravated the demons of the religious leaders and stuff because they're like, who the f he think he is to come up here saying this, right? And who had affirmed Yeshua, right? He didn't need an outside source to affirm him because he knew who he was, right? And sometimes it takes us a while to figure out who we are, right? It's very important to know who you are. It's so funny because there was a young lady I was connected with, and I just think she's powerful and beautiful and amazing, right? But I don't think she fully understands that about herself. And she's a artist, a music artist. And so she's been making moves to get into the music industry. And one day we were talking and she was like, sometimes I'm like, who, me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why me? Like, I can't believe it. Me? Right. And from my experience, I was compelled to tell her that is a very dangerous mindset to have, right? When you don't know who you are, you leave yourself open to be used and abused and taken advantage of. And there's a big thing now about destiny swapping. And I can kind of understand it. I do understand it to some extent. But I seen a video today of a young lady who was saying like, that's how destiny swapping happens when you're not using your gifts, when you're not using your abilities, when you don't know who you are. And that's wild because now that I'm saying this, I feel like that is what is happening worldwide. Like this 1%, the elites, the powers that be. Y'all, every time I say the powers that be, I say it like that for a reason because my soul is disgusted by it, right? Another thing I thought about is there's so much power in the words. So y'all keep calling people elite that are not fucking elite. Quit giving them that power. So that goes into what I'm saying. They usually say it's the 1%, right? Do y'all realize that when I talk about the spell work that I've come to understand that has been put on this earth, a part of that spell work was to make you forget who you are and the power that you hold. So the young lady today, it did kind of aggravate me. Sometimes I get aggravated when I understand how many measures we have to take to protect ourselves and how it's always some nasty ass mofo trying to do something to people who don't bother people who out here, surviving trauma and stuff. Sometimes I get so angry because I'm like, why do we have to take all these measures, right? What I'm coming to understand is like, when you don't, that's what she said, is when you don't know who you are, your destiny, your gifts, your blessings are put on the spiritual market. And then these monks can come in and take the essence of you and use it for themselves. So that's why I was compelled to tell her that, because there was a time I didn't know who I was. And that's the time that I was taken advantage of so much. There was a time that like I didn't know my power, you know, or I didn't want to use my power, right? And those were the times that I was abused the most. But because but I feel like for the time we're in, that was necessary, right? Because those who are supposed to find their power are going to find their power. And I was compelled to tell her that. What do you mean you? Just you, literal you. Like there's humility, but then there's just that's not humility. You need to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can be confident in your power. You can be confident in your strength. You can be confident in who you are. You need to. You need to protect yourself like you would protect the person or the thing that you love the most, right? So what I was saying is the spell work done on this earth was caused to make us to forget who we are and the power that we hold. And that's why the 1% rules the 99. Because they've been harvesting y'all energy. They've been harvesting y'all gifts. They've been harvesting y'all essence. And you're in a fucking spell and a slumber and you don't even realize what the fuck is going on. You're literally handing it. A lot of people now are literally handing their power away. Right? So in saying this, I'm saying in this video, I look like, you know I don't be on here looking like I'm runway ready. And I mentioned that in other videos, right? And I think a part of that is me working out the remainder of world acceptance. Oh, you have to look this way. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, I do what I want to do for me, not for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? And so I know that there's going to be people who, when they first come to my page, and YouTube be doing my screenshots dirty sometimes. They be picking some rough, like, oh, I be catching me in like in a millisecond of a, I be like, oh. But I think that it was necessary for me to make sure I continue to operate in my truth, my authenticity, to see it, what I really wanted. Did I really want to express myself and the things that I have learned, you know what I'm saying, to help myself grow and also to assist others that I know have been in similar circumstances as me? Because when I was in this, I felt so alone, you know what I'm saying? Or do I care about what people will think about my appearance, right? And I know people are going to come and they're going to be like, ooh, who does she think she is? I know who I am. I don't fully understand who I am, but I know who I am, right? And they may be thinking like, well, who did she, like, why does she get this knowledge? Why does she have this? Who did she think she is? You can't get it because you haven't stepped into your God or goddess power. You are a God. You are a goddess, right? And so when you look at somebody else and you can't figure out how they got what they got, and I'm not talking about, because it's some people you can look at like how they got what they got, and you know it's some shady shit surrounding that. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at Sean Combs and like all the artists who are being that are being exposed at this time. You always had a feeling that that person was shady. Person was probably destiny swapping, doing all kinds of shit, right? And like I said, when you do shit like that, it doesn't last. It's not going to last, even if it seems like it's going on for a long time. But you don't understand that you're a god and you're a goddess, and you have not even stepped into that power. So when you see people in that power, it's confusing to you because you've been told what is deserving of certain things and what embodies certain things, looks a certain way, behaves a certain way, does certain things a certain way. And that's the deception. When good is called evil and evil is called good, right? And so that's going to happen. And for those who have ears to hear, it's time to step into your goddess divinity. It's time for you to command shit. You are the creator of the reality. You are supposed to be bringing your version of heaven to earth. As above, so below. Okay? So I just want that to be a revelation to someone. And to anyone who comes on my page and sees my goofy ass screenshots and my crusty lips, namaste to you. I know exactly who I am. I don't have to play it up for anyone. I don't have to play it down for anyone. I'm on this journey and I'm trying to learn as much as I can and experience as much good as I can. I'm not even trying no more because like the universe just keeps delivering so much to me. Sometimes it'd be so much. I'd be like, oh my gosh. So like I have Oracle and tarot decks, right? And there's a goddess Oracle card, and my guides communicate with me frequently when I choose to use it. And one of the messages that kept coming out, it was declutter, right? And I used to get so frustrated because since I've divorced, it's so weird. Like I'm young, but my lifestyle has put me in like, it's 50-year-olds who haven't even experienced what I've experienced yet. Like I have grandchildren. I'm the matriarch. I've done so much in my lifetime, experienced so much, right? Overcome so much. And I'm saying that to say, damn, what was I saying? I forgot. Shit. Oh, declutter. There was a time that this card kept coming out, and I used to get frustrated because I'm young, but I'm old. I wouldn't say old, but I've experienced things that people older than me haven't experienced yet. When, I experienced the empty nest, I experienced, divorce. I experienced being a mother of 5 children and having the 3 adults leave. And there was a period where it was just like, and so the way I had a divorce, I was just like baby faces going out of business. Like, fuck this shit. Let's just end this shit. And so it was, I was a family of a man, a woman, 3 children. And then, we ended up having 2 more children. And so when they left, it's like I had to get used to some things. I had to get used to like how I shopped, like everything, right? And so there's like some deep cleaning I need to do in my home, like decluttering, getting rid of stuff, right? And, I thought my guide was continually telling me, declutter the house. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. But I'm like also recovering. So I would clean as much to not like, I would clean, but like the decluttering, I haven't been doing it. But one thing that was revealed to me too is this also, I think my guy was telling me to declutter other people's energy, other people's messages, right? Because your path is literally your own. You're going to have to find your own way. It's best for you to be your own guru. It's best because even people with the best of intentions, just because they're not you, they can't give you everything that you need for you. So, my storage is low on this phone. I'm not going to be able to record this super long, but, tomorrow I have another solar return. I'm very happy and grateful to my guides for my experience this far. And I hope that you step into your goddess power, because you are your own unique version of goddess. There's no one like you. So please be you and stay true. Namaste, Ashe.